Stadium in Tampa. For the call of this one, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, look, some might say that football is a young man's fancy, so to speak, but don't tell that. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching.
And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans.
Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there.
Play action. Now it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. 2-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive, the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees. 4. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide.
From the gun, it's Brees. And he finds Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. Gay's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the gun on third down, Brees. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook. Back and 3 tight ends. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Now Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
To throw, it's Brady. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people can't see this. But you got a ball in your hands now, and you got the thing locked in pretty well. You got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you had against Denver, they lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Intercepted. Come on, guys. We got this.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now knocks this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Vita Vea in there to drop him as that. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And with that, I'm off to the airport. Charles will be on I-4 back to Windermere as we say so long from Tampa.
Have a nice trip.